Hello, Jelly Bean Junction. I know I'm a couple of minutes late, guys. I'm so sorry. So, we're going through some stuff. I'm not going to be able to stay on here for long. Unfortunately, we got home to the bad news that the air conditioner is broken and we're trying to figure out how to get it running. You guys, some of you guys, thank you, Jelly Bean. As some of you guys know, I live in South Florida. Can you see me? It is hot and it's muggy and it's cooler outside than inside. And I'm stressed because we have these beautiful kids here now, even though they're teenagers, but still, like, we have these kids here. And yes, it is. And we don't want them to be uncomfortable. Hi, Grandma Joe. I'm only here for a couple of minutes. Didn't want to let everybody down. Um, Hi, Mara James Reviews. Girl, you touched me the other day with one of your comments. Let me tell you, you sure did. You had me teary-eyed. So, yeah, it's one of those days. We had a great day. I mean, we had tons of fun, but did you? Well, I was raised here too, and I don't like it. I never got used to it. I lived here since I was a baby in South Florida. I'm a Miami girl, and now I live up in, thank you, Mary Jane. Now I live up in West Palm Beach, and it is, ooh, it's so hot. And it rained today, so it's even hotter now. Lucky you. The kids are from Washington. Well, they live in Washington, and I know they're not used to this. It's hot, y'all. Hi, Marie David. I think Sissy's busy today because I texted her to let her know that I was going to be late. But, yes, girl, it does. I hate wearing like tank tops and spaghetti straps, but it's so hot to wear t-shirts. It is so I'm already bad enough I'm wearing pants. Mhm. Girl, it's okay. So how was you guys' weekend this weekend? I had a fantabulous one, let me tell you. Meeting my stepchildren was amazing. They are incredible kids. For real, I do try to wear what makes me comfy. But I just don't like it. It doesn't make me feel comfy wearing tank tops because I have manly arms. It's weird. Hey Tivian, how you doing, girl? um, so we had a really, you guys saw the video, if you checked out my channel, you've seen the video of my hubby's reunion with his kids, and it was, I really do. I used to lift weights and play football, American football. So I know I have a little bit of a manly body. Hi, big sis. How you doing, boo boo? The kids are, oh, they're so sweet, you guys. They're so humble. They're so just amazing. They're amazing kids. I'm really enjoying having them here. Why? ¿Qué te pasó? ¿Y por qué tú no me escribiste? Thank you, Mary Jane. Wasn't it? See, it was a mission. Oh my God, you guys, I went through such a mission to get that video to come out that way. Because I was obviously, you couldn't, the machine, huh? What machine, sis? Um, what should I call it? When we got to the airport, like, the whole trip for them was, oof, a headache. V! Hi, babes! Thank you! Girl, I'm trying. I had my very first customer, and I gotta shout her out. She already paid for her stuff. It's coming out tomorrow. And it was Miss Marcy. I was so happy. Thank you, Marcy. If and when you watch this, thank you, guys. Um, so I had to get out the car at the airport to go find these kids that I'd never seen in person before, just pictures, right? But my daughter-in-law, did you get my daughter-in-law, my stepdaughter, did you see my stepdaughter's hair? Oh, so I already knew what I was looking for. I was looking for her. Thank you guys so much. Oh. Okay, I got you. I got you. Yes, her hair is woof. I love her hair. Um, and she was laughing because I had my hair up the whole time. And so when I like let it out and I started like pulling it this way, and she saw how long it was. She was like, "I thought you had short hair." She's so cute. Um, I had to do a little bit of running. It's definitely not Florida hair. This ain't even Florida hair. Hola, Avril. How are you? Girl, you saw that? I was like, ooh, I'm feeling a tiny bit green, child. Um, but yeah, I love hubby's hair, and I know that that's where she got it from, because her mother has from what I've seen, she has pretty straight hair like mine. But that hair of that young lady's is amazing. They're so sweet, you guys. Oh, anyways. But it was really emotional for me. I think what was the most emotional for me was seeing his son's reaction, because his son is the more quiet one, you guys. Like, the girl, she's very outspoken, she's very extroverted, she's very, social, and he's not. And they were surprised that he was actually socializing with me, and I felt so amazing, and of course so honored. It's okay. You come first, baby. You come first, big sis. You already know. I got you. Go handle you. That's what's important. Yes. And I kept looking at the video, and I don't know if you guys noticed the part where hubby grabbed his butt, but it was funny because he explains to me today. He was like, I was trying to get to his back, but the book bag was in the way. I just wanted to grab all of my son, and the book bag was in the way. I think like that was the part that just really touched me. Hola Leticia, ¿cómo está bonita? It was I wasn't I never thought. I love you. I love you, Janet. You know I do, girl. I got something for you. No te voy a decir qué. Um, so it gave me it gave me so much hope with the situation with my kids. Now I can actually talk a little bit more about this. Maybe I'll do that here on live because it's not my channel. The reason why I won't talk about this subject on my channel. Good night, Grandma Joe. I love you. No problem. It'll be here. Um, the reason why I can't talk about the situation with my kids on my channel is because I don't want any drama, right? And my little channel's growing a little bit, and as they say, the world is huge. Earth is huge, but it's this big, you guys. And I don't want problems. I don't need the extra stress from certain people. Um, I'm gonna tell you this story as quickly as I can why my children don't live with me and why I lost my kids, okay? It wasn't because I was a bad mama. It wasn't because I was doing drugs. It wasn't because I was out. I actually didn't even know what a club, like what going clubbing was, until I was in my late 20s. As long as my kids were with me, I was pretty straight and narrow, like losing my kids was what made me get off track because I didn't want to be here anymore without them. It didn't matter what happened to me. That's how I used to think. I don't think that way anymore. Um, so what happened was I left the father of my children for domestic violence. The benign tumor that's in my brain from the injury, he caused it. He slammed my head into a concrete wall 7 times. No, I no longer get emotional over this, you guys. This happened 13 years ago. Like, I've gotten therapy. I've talked to psychiatrists. Like, I can talk about this okay now. Does it bother me? I still have PTSD from it. I know I do. Um, so what happened with my children? Um, when I left him, we lived in Tampa, and I moved down to Miami with my family, with my children, all 3 of my children. And in the beginning, when I first left him, I would let him talk to kids and stuff, like And I would tell him, can you help me? Because I was looking for a job. I was like, can you help me, with some diapers for the children and things like that. Mara Jane, I was in I've been in two shelters, and the stories I heard and saw are insane. Um, exactly. Yes, yes, Jelly Bean, you're so right. I um I still haven't gotten mine back, Jelly Bean, and they don't consider me their mother anymore. And it's really hard to hear children that you gave your all for say, when you ask, oh, well, what happens with this or what happens with that, and they tell you, well, go ask my mom. And I'm like, well, I am your mom. So what happened was, I would ask him for help and stuff, and can you please send money for the kids? And he would say things like, tell me you love me and I'll send you money. I'm not gonna say nothing I don't feel. I had stopped loving him long, long time ago. So I was gonna be honest and say I'm not gonna say that. I will not say that for your money. He would say things like, come back home, you won't need anything here. And I would say, well, yeah, but I'm going to continue to deal with you beating my behind. And even though I can defend myself, if I defend myself, I end up in jail. And my record is clean, and it will continue to be clean. Even if I know how to fight, you guys, like, that doesn't matter. I I think one of my largest fears, phobias ever of all time, is going to jail. Just because, not because of the people in there, that doesn't scare me, but the fact that I cannot go outside when I want to go outside, that would drive me nuts. It would drive me insane. So my record has to be maintained clean. I'm not going to dirty my record for nobody. You know, anyways, I'm like rambling and going in circles, but basically, um, he would say, come back home and you're not going to need anything financially. Yeah, I didn't want to argue no more. I didn't want to fight. I didn't want the physical abuse part of it. I was starting to fight back, and I caused some damage that I'm embarrassed and ashamed of, but only in self-defense. Like, I only hit when I was hit first. And the only reason why I didn't leave sooner was because I wanted to give my kids a family. I didn't have one. I didn't have a mom and dad. At the same time, my family, excuse my French, was all types of effed up. They still are. That's why you guys don't hear me talk about my family. Um, and I am very, I'm not gonna say I'm perfect, because I'm not perfect, you guys, but I am very for going for what's right. Let's say my son does something and he's wrong. I'm not gonna stand up for him if he's wrong. I will tell him, you messed up. I think that that's very important for us to get called out by our loved ones when we're messing up, when we're slipping. What's wrong with that, right? So, long story short, he his now wife, and she paid for our well, from what I heard, she helped. I'm going to put it like that. Let me word it like that. She helped pay for our divorce after I had begged this man for a year and a half, y'all, to give me a divorce. Can y'all believe that? So I was ecstatic. I was like, "Oh my god, he met someone, he's going to leave me alone, right?" No. It didn't work like that, obviously. I didn't know anything about laws like that back then. I learned after. Um, that year in the state of Florida, laws had changed when it came to custody. And wherever a child was or is, I don't know if things have changed since then. This is what it was then. Wherever the children were when you commenced the divorce, that's where they would stay. And now, for those of you who don't know, custody is not considered something where you call the cops and they fix it. Unless there's an order, a paper court order. They won't get involved. Well, now my daughter is about to be 14 and my son is about to be 17. That's how old they are now. And I lost them. My daughter was about 3 going on 4. No, I'm lying. About 4. And My boy was a couple, 3 years older. Oh, I wish, Jelly Bean. That would have been amazing. Trust me, my story, Jelly Bean, is insane. Okay, like I've made people cry with this story because it's hard. So again, I didn't know that the laws were wherever the kids were, that's where they would stay. So we talk, and I agreed to let them have the children over the summer so that I could get on my feet because I finally had a good, stable job. I was working at a call center making decent money, and I was going to be able to take care of me and the 3 kids. Oh, sí, Leticia. And so I gave them the kids. Here's the kicker. Y'all ready for this? His now wife tells me, back then she was his girlfriend, tells me, I give you, listen carefully. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this phrase means a lot to me. And if you say this to me or I say this to you, it has weight. She said to me just like this, you guys. I give you my word that at the end of the summer, Vinny will give you back the kids. Now, that's the name of my kid's father. He'll give you back the kids. And as a dumb ASS, I believed her. I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and I handed my kids over for the summer. I busted my tail working overtime, you guys. I had some money saved up in the bank, and now comes the day where I'm going to go pick up my kids, right? Because the summer's over, and they got to get ready to go back to school down here in Miami. And they live in, like, Central Florida. Sorry, guys, for the airplane. Go away, please. So, I'm sorry if I'm not reading your comments. I just want to get the story out there. And if I start reading, we're going to be here for, like, ever. And I need to figure out what to do about my air conditioner, y'all. But I want to tell you guys this story. And this is Mary Janie at Plane 1. And this is the only way I'll be able to share this story. I cannot do this on my channel. I hope you guys understand. The day comes, right? And I wanted to doll myself up to see my babies. So I went and I got a haircut. You guys, back then I had a bob. Short in the back, long in the front. It was adorable. And I had gone to get coffee. Well, would you believe if I told you that someone stole my wallet out my purse? Because back then, I was young and dumb. We're talking about I was in my early 20s. No, mid-20s. I was so stupid, you guys. And I left my bag open, even though it was on my side, but I left it open. And I guess, like, there was a lot of people in this bakery, and someone, stole my wallet. I have pictures. I might post some Throwback Thursdays this upcoming week on my new Instagram for my business. I have pictures of me with a bob. Hubby hates it because he likes long hair. Anyway, so, alright. They stole my wallet. Fast forward, and then we're going to rewind again. Whoever stole my wallet was a ASS. This person mailed me back my wallet with my social security and ID. I took all my money out of it and my debit cards. Can you guys believe they mailed me back my wallet? I know, and it's so hot, girl. This hair. Oh. So, they mailed me back my wallet. Anyways, back to the story. The day I lose the kids. So, my best friend takes me to go get my kids. Mind you now, did you notice? I got mugged, right? So I don't have an ID to state who I am. These people sent me directions on how to get to their house because it was nighttime. And through text messages, I had that on my phone. They knew why I was coming. I get there, and the living room lights were off. And I had been there before to visit my kids, so I knew what that layout of the house was. And then when I look to the side, I see my boy's bedroom light on. But the living room lights are off. The outside light is off, and it's nighttime. So I start calling her cell phone. Yeah, they did, Jelly Bean. I start calling this lady's cell phone, right? She's not answering her phone. I start calling her house phone because at this point, even though you guys, when you get a divorce, they tell you that this is not a good idea. I couldn't have communication with him because we didn't get along. And all of my communication was through her. And that's a mistake. I didn't lay down to make these children with her. My communication should have, from the beginning, always been with their father or the court. That was my mistake. But again, I was young and I was a lot younger and I didn't know back then the things I know now. I took my parenting class and, they taught me a lot of stuff in that parenting class for the divorce. So anywho, so I go and I knock on my kid's window, right? And my son pops open, my oldest, Lazaro. That's not his son. So he had all three of my kids. That's how much I trusted him with my kids, because when the domestic violence was between him and he didn't abuse the kids. I never allowed that. It never got to there. I would always be like the punching bag. So I knew he wasn't, like, if he was going to mistreat anybody, I was more concerned with him mistreating his new girlfriend than my kids, if that makes sense. So I knock on the window and Laz opens the window up, my son that you guys just met not too long ago, my 21-year-old. And he was like, "Oh, Mom." He's like, "I'll be right back. Let me go get Dad." So he runs out of the room. A couple of minutes go by. He walks in, head down, sad. And he looks up and he says, "Daddy says you gotta wait a few minutes." I gotta wait a few minutes for that. Now, guys, let me explain, right? So, the house, let's say that you guys are the house, right? You're in front of me. The house is here. Sorry, I'm doing this with my hand today. On this side of me, there was a street, right? In the corner, there was a street that went this way. When my son told me, Daddy said you gotta wait a few minutes, I did this. And I see the cop car pulling around the corner, y'all. Mind you, as my best friend and I were pulling up and she saw the lights were off, she said to me in Spanish, "Esto me huele a gato encerrado." Now, basically, you guys, for those that don't know what that means, basically that means this smells like a setup. Hey, Tina. Hi. Hey, Spectrum. Hey, Maddie. I saw the Maddie. Mary Jane, I'ma get to that. I'm gonna. This is how messed up the laws are sometimes. Hi, Lauren. So I see the cop car coming, right? And my best friend just looked at me and she was like, "Number two, you guys, number two." You hear it? So I'm like, "Oh my God. I'm gonna kill this man. Like, why is he still doing these things to me? I'm not bothering him. He moved on. I'm trying to move on. Like, what the heck?" Yes, Sarah Jane, you caught that. So I'm like, "Why are you still harassing me? Like, move on with your life." So cop comes, I step out. But there's a reason why my record is clean, you guys. I know how to communicate with people. I could be real hood, but I know in front of a cop, I'm not going to say, "Ah," and start acting all, ghetto. I'm not going to do that. I'm not a fool. I've told you guys. I'm an educated ghetto person. I'm a ghetto nerd. Hey, Lady J. I'm telling the story about how I lost my kids because I can't talk about that on my channel for legal reasons. But I can talk about it here. And I've been needing to talk about this. Yeah, Mary Jane. I don't want to do it for now, to talk about it on my channel for now, until after they turn 18. Once my kids are 18, I'm free to say whatever the heck I want, right? So, what happened was, back to the story. So, I started talking to the police officer, and they explained to me that custody is a civil situation, and they can't get involved. So, I'm like, okay, well, can you guys get my oldest son from him, because that's not his child? And they said, but, well, he's living here, and they can prove that he's living here, so we can't get involved. You have to wait for your divorce hearing. I was a mess, y'all. They wanted to call an ambulance for me that day and all. And mind you, back then, I didn't know that I had this thing in my brain. So, the male cop at first was real nasty. A lady cop came and she was like, because I was like, can I please, I came all this way. Can I at least see my kids before I leave? And they were like, well, you can't, you don't, he was like, you don't have ID. You can't prove that you're their mother. And I'm like, what more proof than you want than these kids standing in a dang window screaming, mommy, mommy, mommy? All three of them. So who do you think I am then? Like, the children are calling, crying out for their mother. And you're gonna sit here and tell me that I can't prove that I'm their mother? You wanna do a DNA swab? Like, are you stupid? So, but I couldn't say this to the officer, right? Sorry, you guys. When I talk about this, sometimes I get a little bit angry. I'm learning how to control my anger a lot, though. So, all this time, this man stands at the door of his house with his hands up here, with a smug smile, like, excuse my French, bitch, I got you. You left me, and I'm gonna make you pay for leaving me. I'm gonna make you pay because you didn't want to deal with my drug addict behind anymore, my alcoholic behind anymore, and you didn't want to have to be the one to go to Al-Anon. No, you guys. Yes, he wanted me to go to Al-Anon and try to get him help. No, the help you need is your kids. That's your motivation to stay clean. If they can't get you clean, then nothing's gonna get you clean. And why should I go to Al-Anon? Why do I need to go somewhere to learn how to deal with your problem? Because I'm your wife? Because I'm the mother of your children? No, you know why not? Because little by little, this man was mentally and physically killing me. And he almost succeeded. So, I looked at the officer and I said, do you see what he's doing? That's called instigation. See, now, if I go up to him and smack him in his face for what he's doing to me, you guys are going to put me in cuffs and take me off to jail. So, can you at least ask him to go inside? Like, why do I have to see how he's enjoying this? And the lady officer was like, she's right. And she looked at him and she was like, sir, I'm going to need for you to go inside. Doing is not right. Okay. She also explains to me, I'm so sorry, but we cannot get involved. The most we can do is ask them to let you see the kids. And so they went to the door. The lady cop talked to him. I don't know what they said to each other. Everything after this is a bit of a blur. All I remember is my kids running to me. Saying, Mama, are we going home? And I just dropped to my knees. My knees gave out. Mama, can we go home? These are kids that today say that I'm knowing that, that the other person is their mother. And I'm good, y'all. I'm good. I've talked about this a lot. No, he no longer harasses me. Once in a while, they'll... Oh, there we go. This is easier. My hand started to fall asleep, y'all. Hey, can you get the clothes? Laz! Huh? No, Laz. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second. Lázaro. Dice que si puede sacar la ropa. Que tiene que echar a secar su ropa. Sorry, you guys. Oh, I broke. I broke for a long time, V. I broke for a long, long time. I was doing some bad stuff to myself. They should both be up there. I'm on live. Here, go ahead. Here. Sorry, you guys. So I just dropped, and it was all three of them. It wasn't just like the two that I had with him. It was all three of my babies. And this one that you guys just saw pass by me, that was all me. I was doing that all by myself, and like that broke me. To lose him, that I fought. with whatever I had left, which was about $5,000 to get my son back, and I did. Well, that's what I was saying in the beginning, Avril, is my husband reuniting with his kids. It's brought back my hope that maybe someday they'll remember who was the right one and who was wrong and what really happened, and they'll look for their mom again. I don't need to say much to them. I have evidence, you guys. Like, I kept everything in black and white. Like, my grandmother used to tell me, have everything on paper because that's your proof. And so I do have proof. I actually have a letter written by him apologizing, begging for forgiveness. I still have that letter with his signature. So, like, come at me, bro, as they say. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate that. So, when I tell you guys, I've been through it. I've been through it. Like, nothing that you see on my channel is going to be hypocritical. The story's real. I have evidence, you know, like, I have evidence of a lot of my stories. So anyways, that's really why I lost my kids. It wasn't because I was a bad mama. It was just because the laws here sucked in that moment. I don't know what they're like now. Now, I'll say that at first, I had visitation rights. I had every other weekend. Like I said, they live in Central Florida. We're about, what, son, about 2.5 hours away from each other? Maybe about 3 or 4 hours. And so they would complain about the distance because the original divorce agreement was I would drop them off. No, yeah, I would drop them off to them on Friday, and on Sunday they would bring them back home to me because the distance was the same. So the judge felt it was fair in our mediation. Well, after maybe the first 2 visits, the new wife started complaining about the expense. Mind you, I was working at center for $10 an hour. She was a surgical assistant making $21 an hour, she told me back then. But that was okay, y'all. Oh, and not to mention, my ex-husband, he used to make about 18 because he worked for the city. I don't know if he still does. So, like, you were just being evil. I'm sorry. Y'all didn't need that from me. You just took it because you could. Because you knew I would pay whatever I had available to be able to see my children. Even if when I brought them down home, I didn't have enough money to do anything else with them. But at least I had the money to pay for gas. And I was still raising another child by myself. Like, I had a partner back then, but, like, it was a body, okay? It was just a body there. Yeah, I could never use my kids to hurt anyone. Any of my kids. I just couldn't. I can't involve children and adults issues. Like, if I have a problem with you, but I've grown fond of your child, I can't treat that baby or that child or that teenager any different just because I had a problem with you. Yeah, that's all it was. The story gets a little... Or do you guys want me to stay on here a little longer? Because the story does get a little crazier. The story gets a little crazier, you guys. Okay, I don't talk to my father, my biological father. My biological father is in prison because he committed murder. He murdered my stepsister. Me and her were similar in age. It's okay, Crafty Beginnings. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. So, where was I? Oh, it gets crazier. Okay, so my father commits murder, kills my stepsister. He's in prison. He's paying his bill for what he did, even though I know some people don't believe in it, but I do believe in the death penalty. And he took a young lady out of this world that had 2 beautiful children, and he left those children without a mother. I don't care if he's my father. He should be in her place, not her. And he abused my mother a whole lot, and me. Anyways, turns out, Janet, Janetta Polo, I love you too, girl. So, oh, it's my neighbor. So, all right, where was I? Where was I? She, I find out through my ex-husband's new wife. She was helping him pack the rest of my stuff that stayed in Tampa because he only let me take what I was wearing. Um, and she found the pictures. She found two pictures of my little brother and my little sister on my father's side. And she asked him, she's like, "Who's this?" I used to live in South Tampa by the Air Force Base. Um, so she was like, who are these kids?" And he's like, "Oh, those are Jenny's brother and sister from her dad's side." And he's like, "Do you know her father's last name?" And he was like, "Oh, I know that they used to call him this. I think his last name is this. It's Jennifer's second name." Like, so he explained it to her. And when he said my father's last name, yeah, he says that her jaw just dropped. Because that's when she realized that, okay, so my stepsister was best friends with my ex-husband's new wife's sister, right? Did that make sense? I can't, it makes sense in my head. So my ex-husband's wife's sister, okay, was best friends with my stepsister, which my father murdered. Does that make sense now? Yeah. Not just that, they were joined because my stepsister had kids with my cousin, my father's nephew, and my ex-husband's wife's sister had kids with my other cousin. They were brothers. That made sense, right? I explained that the right way. Long story short, y'all, new wife is making me pay for what my father did. This man that I don't talk to, the last time I saw and spoke to my biological father was 21 years ago. I am 36. Why would you make me pay for what he did? Why do I have to continue to pay for what my parents did for their, excuse my French, sissy, I'm sorry, F-ups? Like, why do I have to continue to pay for it? Like, I didn't tell y'all to mess up. And are you guys ready for the final kicker with her? She can't have children. And I'm not saying that to be mean. So you had to take mine. That were already, walking, and you guys, I would never be able to do that. Like, the first thing I told my stepkids was, I'm not here to be your mom. I'm not here to try to take her place because I am never gonna try that. But I'll be your meanie, you know. I'll be your meanie. You can call me whenever you need me, you know. Why do people need to involve the children? I told you, girl, it was gonna get real. Like, my story is insane. I've had friends ask me, like, why don't you, like, try to do a book about it? Talk to somebody a ghostwriter, and tell them your story and see if they could come up with a book. But I don't know. Yeah, like, but why with me? Like, I didn't know her. I don't talk to my father. I didn't know her family. I didn't know I didn't even know my stepsister, you guys. Because remember, she's my stepsister. I haven't spoken to my father in 21 years, in over 21 years. So I don't know her. I I don't know any of these people. Why are you taking it out on me? Like, but that's my story that I couldn't tell on my channel. I hope you guys really did enjoy that story. Well, I know it's not something to enjoy, but I hope it entertained you. I hope if you've been in my shoes, it gives you hope that you can't give up. I have. And The big guy upstairs yanks my chain and says, no, you ain't giving up nothing. Yep. I was an obstacle. I don't know why or how. Mind you, she told him that I was jealous of her, which nothing at all to be jealous of. Physically or as a person. I just don't have anything. I hope so, Tina. See, I was going to get to that before. Now, I used to see my kids in the beginning, right? And one day, my daughter, I called to talk to them, and my son gave the phone to my daughter. It was her turn. And she said, I quote, I don't know why you keep calling Jennifer. I don't have anything new to say. Yes, my baby used to talk like that. I can imitate her. I used to love to imitate her when she was little. I don't have anything new to say. I don't like Miami. I don't want to go back. And when they scolded her for saying those things, she just started screaming and crying, and someone hung up the phone. And so I stopped calling. Because in that moment, it felt like my little girl just put her fist dead in the center of my chest and pulled out my heart. I always wanted a daughter. I always wanted a daughter that I could protect like my mother didn't protect me. And maybe God knows why he does things. Maybe I wasn't fit to protect my daughter. Maybe my mind wasn't mentally healthy enough to protect my daughter, and that's why this had to happen. Whatever the Lord's reason was, I accept it. I've come to terms with it. Do I get angry when I talk about it? Yes. Do I? No, Jeanette. I want it to come from them. It's gonna come from them. I can find them. I know where they're at. Um, I don't want to say stalk, but I go on their stepmother's picture, like her Facebook, and I get to see pictures. But she knows I do that, so sometimes like it'll be 2 years before she posts a picture. Like the last time I had seen my daughter, before recently, my daughter didn't have, you know, a chest yet. My daughter has one now. And she's real chunky, which she wasn't in the picture before that I had seen. Helicopter. Yes, it was, Tina. It was a helicopter. um, so I stopped calling. I became very depressed. I pushed my son away. And one day, it hit me. I can't do this. What's up? It's dead. Que lo dejáramos apagado un rato y que lo volviéramos a tratar de encender, que ahora no se podía hacer nada. Eso pasó, creo yo, cuando se fue la luz. Eso yo apagué y encendí todos los breakers, adentro y afuera. Sorry, you guys. On my life, it's fine. Thank you, Jeanette. That means a lot. I promise, that means a lot. You guys have no idea. That's why I've clung to this YouTube thing so hard. It's helped me with my mental health a lot. A lot. You guys, I can't tell you what this community has done for me. I literally wake up watching videos or crafting. I know, right? I'm trying to hey, listen, that's why God made me a big girl. You know why? Because the bigger, the more loving for everybody to spread all over the place. Oh, you guys. So that's my story. That's one of. I have many more. For those of you who haven't seen them, go watch my truth videos. You'll get to know a lot more about me. And you just Ivy, I'm gonna get you. You're gonna make me cry. Stop. Um, where was I? Yeah, you guys could go read those, watch those videos. You'll get to know me a lot better. I know, Lady J. Yo sé que sí. Y'all got my back. I'm good. I ain't worried about nothing, as the song says. I got 99 problems, but my ex-husband ain't one. Y'all thought I was gonna say the wrong thing. I bet you did. Ooh, my battery's low, y'all. Be quiet. Go away, battery thingy. Oh, you guys. Stop. Y'all making me blush and it's hot. You see me sweating? Can y'all see the little... Oh, you see my scars? These were accidents from my mom. I can't, very big on... There was a song when I was younger, right? A hip-hop song. Okay. I'll be here. We're all gonna be here. That's my roommate. He's awesome. He's like my little brother. Girl, but I can't stand it, Jelly Bean. Oh my gosh. Like, I love the cold. If it was up to me, I would live up north. I hate the heat. I was raised in it and I never got used to it. Ever. Anyways. Oh yeah, so there was that song. How was it? Can't nobody take my pride. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. And that used to be my jam back in the day, you guys. That jam got me through a lot when I really wanted it. That's right. Um, Open glass everywhere. You know, I know it's not gospel. Back then, I wasn't I wasn't Christian. I'm gonna be real. I wasn't Christian. Um, but it did, like, the word, the message of it just helped me get through a lot of stuff. Like, don't give up, don't give up. And when I saw I was breaking and falling apart, and like I was like, I don't want to do this no more. I tried. Like, if you guys have been with me for a minute, you'll know that I've also tried several times to commit suicide. And the big guy upstairs said, it ain't your turn, girl. Let's go. Get back over here. We ain't done with you yet. You know, with my surgery, I had an abscess, so I had to have a surgery. I had 3 respiratory arrests. Like, I literally beat blue lines 3 times, and I'm still here. I'm still here. So I knew 2 years ago that I had something I needed to do. Jeanette. And I was actually motivated or inspired to talk about this by Made New to Create. I feel him calling me. And I told hubby this the other day. I feel him calling me, and I feel like there's something I gotta do. And I felt this feeling in my heart for many years, you guys. But because of my mental health and where I was at, I never tried to do it or go forward with it. But the time's here, and I'm ready. I'm ready to do whatever it is he needs me to do. I'm ready. I am so ready to walk that path by his side. Oh, these are happy lágrimas, mommy. These are happy. These are all happy. I'm ready. I am so ready to change someone's life around. Like, someone that has been or is in that place where I was at, and just like maybe just my story or maybe just a hug for me can start to pull this person out. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. I am ready. I'm ready to start my journey following the Lord. I am very ready. Actually, I have it written down. I left it inside. But Janet, Mom to Create, spoke about a scripture today. I think it was. I saw it. And I wrote it down. I have it written down so I could put it in my Bible journal. Because I'm going to start reading the Bible again. But, I had stepped away from my religion, from Christianity for a little bit. He is Jelly Bean. He's been calling me girl. He's been calling me. And Hopi said that he feels like the Lord used me in this situation with him and his children. There was a reason why the Lord joined us, two people that had such similar stories but came from two so different places. Thank you, Lauren. What I want people to get out of this is you could be in the darkest hole. You can be the small, you can feel like you're in a little tiny box. You can feel like you're suffocating. But that doesn't last forever. That only lasts for as long as you allow it to last. Because eventually you have to say enough. And you have to say, I come first. I am important. I am valuable. I am an asset to this world. Thank you, guys. Lady J. You're too cute. It's beautynerdcreates@gmail.com. Literally the name of my channel @gmail.com. I've been through a lot of stuff in 36 years that it takes some people maybe 50 or 60 years to go through. But I'm still right here. I'm still right here. I ain't going nowhere. It ain't my time to go nowhere. He's gonna call me when he needs me up there. And he don't need me yet. And my grandma told me he don't need me up there yet. I'm still here because I have a lot to say. I have a lot of love to give. A lot of positivity that needs to be spread. As corny as it sounds, why can't we all just get along? You guys, I've had people laugh at me because I say things like that. But legit, that's really how I feel. Oh, you're a hippie. I'm not a hippie. But I'm so tired of fighting. If us as humans could learn how to get along with each other, we wouldn't be miserable. This year, God put a lot of people in my life that weren't very needed. Girl, I'm telling you, Lady J, I'm learning that the Lord puts people in our lives that are meant to be for a season. And there's people that are just meant to be there forever. I don't want to be a seasonal person anymore. I don't. I do not want to be a seasonal person anymore. I want to climb out of this little, not whole box, this little bubble I've put myself out. I want to get out. I'm planning on, saving up money for my trip from November to California to meet Big Brother Jesse, Paper the Masterpiece. I'm going, y'all. Y'all hear the fireworks already? So, that's all I got to tell you guys. I want you to know that You can't lose your hope. You can lose your money, but don't lose your hope. Don't ever lose it. Oh, you need to pop that bubble. I know, right? Sorry, y'all. I don't know what happened. Y'all see me? Y'all see me? There it goes. Look, look, look. I'm popping the bubble. See the pin? Itty bitty pin. Boop. I didn't really like progress so hard, guys. Don't worry. I'm not crazy. Well, maybe a little bit sometimes. Yeah, I just... I look like things like that hurt me, Lady J. Be honest. Look. 1, 2, 2 more here, 2 more here. I am. All of my love is free.com up in here, y'all. You just gotta want it and share it. Pay it forward. That's all I ask for. Anyways, I gotta go because it's getting late, and not just that, the mosquitoes are kicking my tail, and I have packages that have to go out tomorrow. I made my first sale. Thank you, Marcy, when you watch this. And her package is going out tomorrow, and I have some racks going out tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm sending some goodies for my friends out tomorrow. Tomorrow or Tuesday, because I'm going to be with the kids. So, don't forget. Let me hear you one time for the one time. Let's see who knows. Where am I going with this? What? Huh? Be kind. Because being kind is free.com up in here, y'all. Don't forget, my loves. Okay, Lady J, I'll be waiting for you. Don't forget, my loves, to be kind. And stay magical. Bye.